Howdy, Beefalo Bart here, and welcome. Alright, the Hunter Classic. Yes, it looks a little dark. I can fix that. Turn off the filter of my eyeglasses. I'm not going to keep it 357. Let's go right here. Okay, so the final Whitetail mission is for 3,800 GM, which is a decent payout. Screw it, let's take you. 3,800 GM, yeah. So what I have to do is harvest 7 whitetail bucks, and each of them have to be taken with a different weapon. The list includes the 243 rifle, which is this guy, the 270 rifle, which is this guy, and the 357 Magnum revolver and 44 Magnum revolver, which I've already done both of those 2 pistols, so taking care of that. And do not have the dog with me this time. Probably should, but I forgot to buy more treats. The plan that I've used so far for doing these, also the 12 gauge pump action shotgun, which I have several. I've got the standard wood version, and I've got the one that was from Primal back whenever it was special, before you could just buy it. You had to have the Hunter Primal and get it at a certain time to be able to get that shotgun over here in this game. So yeah. So the plan of action is starting here at this lodge, and I will walk around through here and work my way towards this stand. I'm not actually going to go to this stand. It's just a couple boards on a tree. Not a great stand, but I'll work my way around this way and then back up through here, work this area mostly, and into here. Anything past here, you start getting past this region. The whitetails seem to only be in this area right here. I have seen a couple over here, but the majority of them have been in kind of this region right here. You start getting up above this road, and you start getting into the blacktail, and that's not what I'm going for. Alright, so clothing wise, I am wearing my, yes, helps to click on the clothing tab, my trapper outfit with the glasses, the Hulk Hogan style mustache, and yeah, I'm not wearing the extra backpack because it's camo and it doesn't really match what I'm wearing. So the previous mission was a bit of a breeze. It was kill 4 does with buckshot. Yeah, that was pretty easy. Does are easy to find. So I just worked this little path, and by the time I made it to the next lodge, it was already done, and just fast traveled and was in a multiplayer game trying to help my buddy. My bro was trying to help him with his elk mission. He's trying to get through the mission chain for that. I'm trying to finish up the whitetail. Doing these missions will give you GM, and GM you can use to purchase new equipment, new weapons, ammo, things of that nature. Every harvestable kill you make, if you kill a doe, you're not going to get any GM for that. So, whitetail buck already. So, we'll throw an obligatory call back. He's going to be on the other side of this ridge, so I can steady make my way to this ridge line in front of me, and I'll set up right there. I should have a shot on him. The reason why I'm taking the 243 and 270 now, they are the weakest of the remaining 5 weapons that I have to use. So I probably should have the dog with me on this, but I've been having some difficulties dealing with the dog lately. It takes some planning whenever you're trying to stalk with the shotgun. I try to keep my shots no more than about 100 feet with buckshot. Um, Same thing with the pistols. I try to keep it about right there, so I'm assured that I get a decent shot placement, with the scopes and everything else on the pistols. Um, and what was happening is, I don't know if they were detecting the dog. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I've also seen the dog that I've had tracking something that I've injured that wasn't dead yet, went and stood underneath a frickin' elk and was pretty much standing right there on next to or underneath where the frickin' elk was. Oh shit! Hit my really close. So this is going to be a really close shot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a shot on him. Yeah, he's right there. Not the best shot. Reason why I say that is because it was really, really high. Would rather hit lower and ensure that I get a lung shot or a heart lung shot. But since he was glitching into that tree and the location that I was at, yeah, had to rush that shot. Not preferential, but if I didn't, it would have spooked, it would have ran, then still going to end up tracking one way or the other. Where the hell's the damn track? Oh, I mean, I could see the damn thing. Alright, don't mean to keep hitting the freaking sprint key. Alright, so I know that he's going this way. I could have picked up that other track, but whatever. A level 7 on tracking for whitetail. The higher you get, the more information you get from picking up these tracking domes. Like this full red dome, I know that this is from the animal that I'm tracking. And that was with the 243. Alright, that was a roaming track. Hoping that it didn't run far. Yeah, that track is roaming when he was walking towards where I shot. So that's not going to be very helpful. Alright, that's a fleeing. This is where I probably should have the dog here. Since I'm this close to the lodge, I should run back and get the dog. Just won't have any treats. Really noisy out there today. Just had 2 C-17s fly over, and sounds like the popo's being active. Alright. Don't see the dome. So that was the last visible one. So I will run back and get the dog. I should have grabbed the dog anyway, but I don't have to stalk right now, so there's no reason not to have him. Since I am this close to the lodge, I'll just run. Man, after all, I did just shoot, so that was one of those things that, I'm not worried about spooking anything because the gunshot just took care of that for me. And actually, nothing good, nothing cool is going to happen on this hunt. Coffee. I'm trying to remember to drink my coffee while it's still hot. So y'all will have to bear with me. Yeah, I was working on these missions day before yesterday, and I had the bow with me, the snake bite, which, I've got 2 compound bows. I've had them for a long time. I've had this game for years, and I don't play active, or I didn't play active for a long time. And then whenever they made it all free to play, it just, instead of having to pay every year for a season pass, I just said the hell with it and quit playing for a while. Equipment, Doggy Ginger. She's dumb as a sack of rocks, but she's level 10 now. I don't need arrows because... Alright, resume game. Resume game. Thank you. Yeah. Very functional dog, but it tends to annoy the crap out of me sometimes. The namesake, Ginger, comes from... my mother had a cockapoo that was named Ginger. So, very sweet dog. When she passed, it was sad, and so this dog here was named after Ginger. And my other dog that I use, and I still need to get the German Pointer as well, but and that one I get named after my dog that passed. Sadly, the other dog, which is the Retriever, was named after my brother's dog, Sally. Very, very sweet little girl. Unfortunately, she just passed about a week ago. Very, very sad. Very sweet dog. Alright. Let's go, dog. Earn your keep. So yeah, that broke my heart whenever she passed. But my other dog in the game is named after her. So got Sally and Ginger, and then whenever I do get the German Pointer, it will be a female dog as well, because that's what my last dog was called her Shadow, because she was always in my shadow. That was Daddy's little girl, and she pretty much hated everybody else. She was a chow mix. She didn't get along with other dogs too well. Thank you for waiting for me, but you don't have to wait. She didn't get along with people well either. That's not it. Come on, dog, get back to work. Find my damn deer. Went all the way back to get you, just so you could find the next track for me. Now I've got a GPS tracker on the dog, so as she's running out and looking, if she does find and keep tracking, I can always just use a GPS tracker to find her to get to the next track location. Whenever the dog gets to the animal, oh, there we go, she will, if the animal's down, she will stand there and bark at the site, so you can easily find her. Now, whenever you're picking your dog, you can pick male or female. Just growing up, we've almost always had female dogs. So that was just kind of just what we do, or just what I do. It's a commercial airliner flying over. Yeah, I live near the airport, so and it's a rather nice night out and it was kind of warm in here, so I opened up the back door. Instead of turning on the air conditioner and increasing my carbon footprint, I figured that would be nice and just open up the back door, get a light breeze coming in, and enjoy it. But you just have to deal with the fact of frickin' planes flying over. Alright. Go, dog. Shit, I'm finding the tracks before you are. Whenever the tracks go from fleeing to roaming, generally you can get their attention. Well, at least slow down, sometimes stop, sometimes return back to their normal pathfinding nodes of... What are you doing there, Chica? New trail found. Alright, here's where stupid mode is engaged. Another buck. And I haven't found this one yet. So, stupid mode gets engaged here. I will hopefully find this one dead on the way to getting set up for a shot on the other one that just called. And it's right there. I don't see him, but he is. He's right in here. That's where I just saw him. There he is. Alright, he's dead in his tracks. So, that's the way it should be. We will tag him. And run back to the last known track of this guy. Resume tracking. And that should be it right there. Should get a rediscovered. Yep. Alright. So, we know it was traveling this way, and the dog was kind of going in this way as well, and then came back. So hopefully there is another track over here. There we go. So we can go ahead and resume tracking this one, but I've got the red dot on that one. I will swing over there and harvest that one. So we need to find this first one, better for worse, get it harvested. And then gonna need to travel back. So this will give me the harvest on 270 for the one that I just shot, and when I find the other one, it'll give me the harvest on 243. They can then switch out to a 30-06 lever action rifle and 300 Win Mag. Aha! Whitetail deer. That's a rare. Let's see here. Discard. Let's see here. Let's see how. I have never been good at this. I'm in edit mode. You know what? That's good enough. All right, so sorry for that little diversion there. Not going to taxidermy this one, but we'll sell for 88, and still got the other one to go pick up. So that one was a rare animal. Because of the colorations, it's kind of nice. This is my first rare in a long time. The last rare that I saw was a white elk cow, and was able to, well, I harvested her, even though there was no points involved in it. And yeah, I probably should have just used my camera and taken pictures. I don't think I had the camera with me. You can actually get a camera in game and easily take screenshots. I'm not going to worry about a picture on this one. Alright, so resume, and that's 270 taken care of. So now we need to go to Lodge. We need 30-06 lever action and 300 Win Mag. Then after that, it will leave me with just the 12-gauge pump shotgun. And let's actually do this. I'm going to fast travel here and then walk south. So let's do that. Fast travel. Go to inventory. Resume game. Thank you. Resume game. Yeah, never mind. Fucking shit, man. Sometimes it just takes forever to get back into the screen. That was elk that just called. So, a little too long a wait time for that. I don't care about elk. Let's focus on what we're doing. We need the 300 Win Mag, and I got 2 shots. That's going to be good enough. Scope 4x, 3 to 9x, 2 to 10. So what we'll do, we'll put the big scope on this one. And we need the 30-06 lever action. Put that scope on. And I can't equip a shotgun in this. This is just a holster slot. Technically, since I have the weight available, what I could probably do is get rid of the pistol, save the weight. I need 12 gauge pump action shotgun. So I've got this guy, and where's the other one? Right there. So screw it, let's take this guy. Yikes, 87. Ammo, I'm going to use slugs. What's that? Yeah, slug shells. 92. And the scope for it, yeah, I'm at 94. Very thin on ammo right now. I'm okay equipment-wise, clothing. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. I don't have any more dog treats, or I'd have them with me. Alright. Resume. And let's get loaded up. Now, good thing about this lodge right over here is the archery addictions range. I'm not going to use it right now because I don't want to make any noise. Yeah, but he's close. It's such a distraction. I'm going to avoid it. Unless you guys want me to go after him. But that's a bull elk that's calling from right over next to that stand. Easily get distracted in here. So you can see these are the targets that got spikes on their feet, and you know, they're meant to be realistic or lifelike. No, you're not having a brain hemorrhage. You may be, but I don't know, but that's me toggling the sunglass effect. The archery addictions range, you have to be on the platforms, and you'll see where it says entering archery addictions range. And you can actually shoot these different animals here. And whenever you shoot them, you'll get, instead of a score, like, 10 points or whatever else, if you get a lung shot, it'll say what lungs you hit. And if you hit the heart, the brain, the skull, the shoulder, it gives you that information. Which is kind of useful, especially whenever you're starting off with archery. However, you can use this range with any weapon whatsoever, and it will still give the same data back. So, really cool. With the Halloween event coming up soon, they pushed the date to start until Monday. This Monday coming. And the Halloween event, there'll be things you'll find on all the maps where you walk around, and there'll be like a skull or something like that you can pick up. And it's like this map right here, you can find antlers on the ground. You can also find mushrooms, and you can pick them up. I haven't seen where, I think there wasn't a thing years ago during one of the events where you could turn into mushrooms, but there was clay pots on one of the maps. Just different things for the different like holiday event. Excuse me. So I'm going to work kind of southish here towards this stand. Last night, sitting on a stand, there were 7 elk cows, 2 whitetail does, and a frickin' moose cow, all surrounded around that stand. And myself and an eagle were in that stand, and probably just had the hell with it. And I jumped down out of the stand, or climbed down out of the stand, and was standing touching one of the elk cows. You can get relatively close to the elk, especially the cows. So let's start hooting for these things. Now, by having the shotgun in my inventory, so if I take a shot and kill a buck with a 30-06 now, I can change that weapon out for the shotgun and then be able to continue the hunt without having to go back to a lodge, and that will finish up. So we're down to the last 3. So I just need to find the last 3 bucks. Their score does not matter. This has to be a whitetail, and it has to be male. So again, we're on the 300 Win Mag, 30-06 lever action, and 12 gauge pump. It did not say that you had to use buckshot or slugs, so I'm going to choose slugs naturally. A buckshot is quite doable. I mean, hell, the mission before this was kill 4 does with buckshot. The one before that was harvest a 12 typical point whitetail buck with buckshot. And that one took about 12 or so deer before I finally found one that was high enough scoring, and it was exactly 12 points. A lot of 10 points, 111 point, lots of 8 points. You know, just nothing was measuring up. But as I was saying about on this, it was heading south like this, which normally I start from the south and I work my way north, and usually have better luck. But since I'm in the same hunt where I've already started south and started working my way north and already killed 2 deer, figured I'd find some fresh territory. Had my bow with me, as I was mentioning earlier. I had the snake bite bow. I've got the Parker Python and the snake bite. The snake bite was the first one that I had. Man, it was okay. But then they came out with the Parker Python whenever it was brand spanking new, and it could use a automatic range finding pin setup, and it would actually range find, tell you the distance to where you're aiming, and tell you which pin to use, and it would light up. So I thought that was amazing, and it's kind of glitchy as if it were a real item would be glitchy like that. So I'm not hating on it, but so I quit using the bow for a while. I used the crossbow quite a bit whenever it first came out. When it first came out in the game with the crossbow, I bought it, and it was the 10-point fusion when it was the only one. So I bought that and used the crossbow a hell of a lot. And just recently I started carrying the bow with me on a lot of hunts, because if I'm going specifically right now for whitetail, that's the thing that I'm going for. I'm finishing up this chain of missions. Well, by having the bow with me, it's a quieter weapon, and it is usable on everything. Birds, bunnies, bison, you name it. Every critter in the game pretty much can be, except for the werewolves, can be taken with the bow. It just happens to be the quietest of the bows. So I had it with me, and as I'm working my way south, looking for whitetail, looking for that 12-pointer, and an elk call, a bull. I'm like, oh, okay. So I called back, and then another one called. I'm like, all right, cool, I got 2 coming. I can handle that. I got the bow. It's quiet. I'm sitting there like, okay, I got 2 bulls coming in here. I should have get one on the left, one on the right, and see which one I see first and all that stuff. And then I see a third. I'm like, oh, okay. And then a 4th. And then a 5th. Or 5 bull elk coming in at the same time in one pack. So the heart started pounding a little bit, and okay, what do I do? And I get lined up, and yes, I see you, elk. You're a female. And another female to the right there. So it's pretty much like this. I'm sizing up my targets and seeing what's what. Oh, God, I see 4 of them total. You got this one, get spotting points as well. So I will stop and I will spot. Got one right here and another one just to the left of this one. So there's a total of 4 females right now walking by. You see these 2 here? Nope, there's 5. Shit. Alright, so I'm not calling these. I'm not worried about these. So, and they're not going to yield any points. I'm just going to go to the right. So yeah, as I size up, just like that, 5 targets, and they were all coming towards me because I was calling. There were 4 of them that were really close to each other, and the 5th one was just a little bit farther away from the pack. And I lined up with the bow and shot the first one. The other 4 didn't hear a thing. Alright, cool. So I shot the second one. Same thing. Dropped where it stood, and the others didn't hear it. So I shot the third, and then the fourth, and then the fifth. I shot all 5 of them, and none of them got spooked by the sound of the bow being fired, because that is the quietest weapon in the game, is the snake bite compound bow. And it kind of seems a little cheaty. Oh, just use that only. Well, yeah. But with that, you still need to get them close enough, targets close enough to where you can get a good shot. And requires a little bit of skill and stalking and scent reduction. And definitely got to have the calls. You definitely got to do things just the right way. But it's not as easy as just being able to look through the crosshairs of a scope. But there is a rifle that is what I call the cheat mode rifle. It's a 9.3 by 74R over and under. I think there's 3 different versions of it and different levels of being ornate. The 9.3 by 74R over and under has 2 different scopes you can use. One's a low power for close in stuff, which is fine overall. I tend to either use no scope for close brush or the big scope, which is like 5.5 to 20x or 22x. Yeah, I'm not worried about these. I know these are all from those elk that just went by. Oh God, paper mill. Yum. Paper mill's like, oh, you fucking bitch. Kill your ass just for the hell of it. Thankfully, I had my first aid kits with me. Yes, that was a female moose that just ran my ass over. And if you didn't have first aid kits, it'd be hunt over, teleport to the nearest lodge. I've had that happen with no first aid kits on me, in the middle of nowhere, tracking a wounded animal miles from the frickin' nearest lodge, and I just said the hell with it. I let Doc do his thing. Whenever you wound an animal, why did I click on a frickin' elk? And you don't harvest an animal that you wounded, and say the hell with it and just exit the game. You get an email on the server from, in your inbox in the game portal, from Doc. He's like the park ranger, and give you his speech about not harvesting a poor suffering animal and everything else. You wouldn't want to do that in real life, but it's annoying as shit because it's a game. But yeah, there's still some things you should look at in this game that you can carry over into the real world hunting wise. Shot placement is pretty good inside the game. So if you're going to want to hunt in real life, like my boy Eagle, I want to take him on a hog hunt one day. And, me and him pack up our guns and head to Texas. He's in Florida, I'm in South Carolina. We have hogs here that we can hunt, but not as many as like Texas is overrun with them in areas. So, trying to find somebody that's got a ranch that'll let us come out and shoot a YouTube video, maybe doing a hunt. I've been doing the paper build series here on YouTube for building custom AR-15s. And I'm going to do another paper build here soon on... Well, to go along with that, what I'm trying to get people to do is to get one pistol lower, one carbine lower, and one rifle lower. With those 3 lower receivers, you can then change out your upper receivers and have a lot of flexibility. If you want home defense with that pistol lower, you can use 7.5 or 10.5 inch upper and 5.56, 300 blackout, whatever caliber, and be able to use that for home defense. Or just have a good fun gun, you know, 10.5 inch barrel with suppressor, fake suppressors, whatever else. And then with carbine, 16 inch barrels, you know, just get your standard, what was that? Whitetail female, back over that way, we don't care. And then with having your rifle upper, you can dig into more precision shooting and good medium range hunting calibers. Sorry, thought I saw something there. So I kind of backed up and shifted my movement there. Looked like something moved over there, but not sure. So I'll do another video based off of the paper build series of why I'm saying the importance of having a good set of lowers. Once you've got a good carbine lower, you can do everything you want. You can build my current DMR based rifle. I started with a Magpul Mo, standard average everyday Mo type of buttstock, collapsible buttstock, just the standard one, OD green, and I had OD green pistol grip. No, I'm sorry, I didn't even have an OD green. Yeah, I did have the OD green Magpul Mo pistol grip. You know, just plain Jane stuff, but started off with that, and I spent my money on the barrel. Getting a good barrel on that build allowed me to have the accuracy that I wanted and that kind of stuff, and I'm still happy with that barrel, by the way. No, it didn't come from Bear Creek. There's a long story behind my barrel. I won't get into it right now, but let's just say that it came from Odin Works, and I bought it through Primary Arms, and was communicating back and forth between the two of them to get that particular barrel. And there was some special stuff behind it, and like I said, I won't get into it, but very limited production on them. And it was one of these things where I will get into part of it, but talking to Odin Works and talking with Primary Arms, I got the email saying, okay, they're going to be at Primary Arms. So I called them the day that they got in, and they just got them into the computer. And I'm like, just box it up and send it to me. I want it. I waited for a while for that barrel. And cool. They took the order, processed it, got it set up for shipping. And then I was already on the wait list for that barrel. And apparently somebody else picked up on the wait list and didn't see that my order had already been processed and shipped. And they saw that I was on the wait list, and then they saw that, oh, crap, already sold out. And I got an email from them saying, we're so sorry, the latest batch came in, we just did not have enough, we should have more hopefully soon, we don't know, and all this stuff. Very nice apologetic letter from Primary Arms, and I'm like, dude, it's no problem, we're square, I got it. You know, but it was nice to get an email from them saying something about an order that I had placed with them. They had my money, and you know, they could have just given me a bunch of crap, but they were not. They were a really good company to deal with, and that's why I still say, if you're going to buy stuff, I try to link through Primary Arms on a lot of whatever I can on these builds, because they were a great company to deal with. Bear Creek has been nothing but fantastic as well. You know, that DMR upper, the Boy Eagle, finally got his first AR-15, his first firearm ever, and it was the Devil's DMR from the paper build, and he built it straight up from there. We did source another lower receiver, which was through a local gun shop to him. It didn't really save him any money, but it was local and it was easier for him to get, and it would have saved him money in the long run. So that's the only deviation is that, and he went with a Bushmaster lower. It was a complete A2 lower, but it's essentially the same thing as the one that was linked in the paper build. It's just not PSA, it was Bushmaster. Alright, we're going to try to ignore this doe that's over here. I'm not going to go to that stand because it's like a black hole. Once you get up there, you don't want to leave, and it gets totally boring and whatnot. So we're going to keep going. We're going to start pushing down towards this hill. So that being said, with the video that I want to do here soon on why I've been trying to get people to get a good pistol, carbine, and rifle lower, is so that you can take those lowers and pretty much, I'm going to shoot a DMR. I'm going to shoot precision, and I want to shoot tight groups at 100 yards or whatever, or shoot at 200, 300 yards. You can do that with a good DMR upper. Or if you want to change out your upper on your DMR to something more suitable for hunting, like 6.8 SPC or whatever caliber. In this case, I'm going to be going with, I believe, the 350 Legend. And I have already got a 300 blackout in my pistol build, so I don't need another 300 blackout right now that I'm not going to use that much. I did have some functioning issues with mine, but it was because after I sent it off for Cerakote and got it back, I never had it lubricated. I should have at least put some Molly Lube on it, since I have Molly Lube. Okay, that's a doe. But I didn't have any lubrication on it whatsoever, and I knew that it was going to be a lost cause. I thought that I had reminded when we were heading out to the range with Eagle when he came up from Florida to let us shoot the Devil's DMR. He forgot to bring the bottle of lube. Yeah, two guys going out in the National Forest with a bottle of lube. Go ahead and get the jokes out. Anyway, so no oil, no lube. It was dry as a frickin' bone, and it did not want to cycle. I get 2 or 3 shots, and it would jam. And it's because it was dry. I know it is, because before I had it Cerakoted, I took it to the range, put 2 boxes through it. It was flawless. I'm going to do it wrong because I'm dyslexic, but I think it's ACS mag or ASC. I'm using a corded headset right now, or else I'd. Oh, what are you? Or I would reach over there and grab it. I've got my DMR sitting, not covered up, not in a case, and it's visible because I got a Magpul PRS buttstock for my birthday, and I've wanted one for many years, ever since they first came out with them, and I've either been too cheap to get one or too poor to get one, and just could never get around to getting one. And the Gen 3s just came out not long ago. They're set up to use a monopod and everything else, and I'm like, ugh. I like the Gen 1s, but Gen 3s are cool too. I'd still be happy with a Gen 2. We has a buck. And we got 3 fresh weapons here that I haven't killed anything with. For this mission, that is. Should be able to come right over here, get a good spot to lay down, and see him. I'll use the 300 for this one. Get that long range shot out of the way. The 30-06 isn't bad, but I know that the 300 is going to knock his dick in the dirt. So yeah, I'm looking at a couple different potential build possibilities for my next build. Um, Short on funds. You guys know I'm poor. I don't have any sponsors. I don't have anybody giving me monies every day. I don't have a large following with big Patreon and that kind of stuff. Ended up shutting down my Patreon for a while. I'll probably open it back up later, but I want to separate the Patreon from the way I was using it before. There will be no merchandising done through Patreon at first. Later on, once you've been a Patreon for a month or whatever, then yes. But what was happening is people were screwing me over, and it only took twice for me to get screwed over before I said the hell with it. But so with this build, I'm gonna talk to Bear Creek, and I've talked to them a few times about availability of stuff for the future, and I need to do more videos for them because they seem like a really good company. The upper that we use for the Devil's DMR build that we got in for Eagle's rifle didn't have a wide variety of ammo to test. Just want to do a decent barrel break-in. So we picked up a 420 round can of 55 grain XM193 Federal on stripper clips. Nothing special, just American Eagle's decent ammo. I like American Eagle ammo. In fact, the ammo that my DMR likes just happens to be an American Eagle product. It's the black box 50 grain varmint tip. God damn it. Deer was right there. I'm looking for his ass way down here, and he was right here. Sorry, I don't speak Russian. Used to know a few words, but not anymore, sir. Picked up a few words here and there from my Berlin days, but yep, don't speak Russian anymore. I don't remember any. Spasiba. That's about all I remember. And da. So, I don't want to be disrespectful and say things in Russian and get it wrong because I don't like disrespecting other people in other people's languages. I mean, I like disrespecting people, don't get me wrong, but only when they deserve it. So, for people that I don't like, you haven't said anything or done anything to be, bad, so I won't say anything to purposely be disrespectful. See, I always try to extend that olive branch and try to be nice to everybody first. And give everybody a chance. Hey, level 8 trekking. But my old self, I was a mean, nasty individual. I think I served in the U.S. Army, infantry. I worked as a marksman, designated marksman, for a private security firm. I've worked in corrections, working in a maximum security jail and a county jail, which is even worse than maximum security in state level. Been a bouncer, bodyguard, kind of fun stuff. Used to love the jobs where I could fight and get paid for it, But now that I'm getting old, no. I like the slow life. I like to be nice and polite, and make people laugh, make people smile. Of course, I don't get laid near as much, but, that's all part of getting old, too, right? What do you mean, no? Alright, so I'll try to track this one back down since I let him get away. But yeah, AR-15 build wise, gonna do a 350 Legend. Not long ago, and I don't normally get into this, the weird cats. Yes, they're called wildcats, but wildcat rounds, which typically means it's something that somebody concocted that is supposed to be the next best thing since sliced bread. Sharps did a round for the AR-15 platform a while back. It's like 25 something, 25 Sharps. It was something to do with, I think, 25 caliber round for AR-15 platform made by Sharps, and it was great, extremely accurate, and a lot of potential, but I haven't heard anything else since. And okay, no problem. 6.8 SPC. Well, it was initially developed as a replacement for the 5.56 for military contracts. I'm trying to avoid this kind of shit because people watching, I'm sure that would be annoying as hell. And I see something right there. All I see is the horns. So let's see if we can get him to come up the hill. Yeah, I try to do the spastic movement of the mouse. I'm not going to get a good prone shot. And that's the 300 Win Mag shot. We can change that weapon out. Yeah, the 300 Win Mag is just done. One and done. It's a little bit much for whitetail. Might as well get the free points. But yeah, not long ago, Winchester came out with a new round called the 350 Legend. You can get it in a couple different bolt action offerings on the market, but it was designed to fit in the platform of the AR-15. And it gives you a 35 caliber bullet. They're not bad. 3, 4, 5, 10 points. And there we go, 300 done. So we're going to go ahead and change out the 300 for the shotgun. Slugs and scope. Now, 2 more and done with this. The 350 Legend, like I said, it was designed to fit into the standard AR-15 platform and give you really good performance in supersonic and subsonic. So I'm excited to see what it'll do. So far, I'm seeing good things, and right now I'm trying to decide on the barrel length. You can get it in the 16-inch, 18-inch, and 20-inch, and I'm hearing that anything above 20-inch, it kind of loses some of its performance. The 20-inch seems to be the optimal barrel length, from what I'm seeing. So, by the way, we have this guy, the lever action 30-30, and the pump with slugs, and done with this mission. So yeah, I'm thinking 20-inch barrel. Bear Creek already has an off-the-shelf, ready to go, in stock. Rats, yes, you can shoot those rats, but I'm not going to waste bullets on it. They have a 20-inch with a 15-inch handguard, an 18-inch with a 15-inch handguard, and a 16-inch with, I think, the 15-inch handguard. But I'm thinking maybe either the 18-inch with 17-inch handguard or the 20-inch with 17-inch handguard. They have them in the standard upper, and they also have it in the right-hand side charging upper. And I think that what I'm going to do is ask them if they will do a right hand side charging 18-inch with 17-inch handguard. The barrels that they offer are heavy profile. Kind of want to see if they'll do a medium, not a lightweight, but maybe. I know that's a doe. I don't need does, but I don't need does. I need the bucks. But yeah, those are spotting points. So you can see whenever you spot, when you have a higher level on spotting, it'll tell me that species, whitetail deer, gender female, weight 45 to 70 kilograms, and potential score range 0 because it's female, but or doe. So if anybody has any thoughts on the 350 Legend, let me know as well. On barrel length wise. Oh shit. I will take you. No. Hit the right button. Because I've already been killed by a frickin' moose, and I just want some retribution. I didn't get killed, I got injured. I'll use a damn 12 gauge with slugs and take care of that bad boy. Quick story about the moose with the shotgun with slugs, and then back to the 350 Legend. The final moose mission of the chain, if you're playing the game and you want to do the missions, the final one of the moose missions is you had to intimidate. I see you. Not great, but not bad. I'm gonna stay right here. You stay. You have to intimidate a bull moose to charge you, and you had to kill it while it was charging. Let's just say I needed plenty of med kits for that one. And you're stuck in the trees. Can make that shot, but I'm gonna let you come closer. Moose's heart is low down in his body. About right there. Oh, let's reload. Didn't need to kill this moose. It was just here in my way, and it would have probably killed me. But yeah, use double barrel side-by-side shotgun with slugs, and let's just say that whenever that thing was charging at me, I fired both barrels. Oh, that's a lot of blood. Not too shabby. Sell for 45. Okay. So it was a very, very tense situation. You're trying to get them to charge at you, and yeah, whenever I finally killed the one that got me the win for that mission, assuming that this tree was that moose, it was like this. I didn't have a scope on, so you could actually see the end of the barrel, but the end of my barrel was clipping through the head of the dead moose. It was a close call. It died at my feet. So yeah, the 350 Legend, I'm thinking 18-inch barrel, 17-inch handguard, and then using it on my existing DMR lower, which has that Magpul PRS and has the Ergo PSG 1 style pistol grip. I love the feel of that grip. I love that stock. I love that look. I love everything about my DMR, except for, I think, probably my scope and trigger. Trigger would be the next thing to get upgraded on that. And I think Primary Arms actually has a sale right now on CMC triggers. I should probably order one of those, but I'm being cheap right now because I don't have much money. But if I'm going to use it for a DMR / hunting rifle lower, then I don't want a 2-pound trigger. I want a 2-stage around 3.5-pound trigger pull. That should be sufficient enough for my skill level to help. Yes, I know that there's a thing called a safety and that kind of shit, but I still like to, proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. I like to ingrain in myself a certain level of discipline and safety all together to build my basic protocol for safety. Just what I feel most comfortable with to prevent issues, even though I know that I'm not going to have an accidental discharge, and I'm not that old yet. And, no, I'm sorry, wrong thing. But yeah. So I'm thinking that's what I'll do is a roughly 3-pound trigger. I know it's a doe. I'm not going to bother calling or getting it. But I'm still thinking that 18-inch barrel with a 17-inch handguard. Get the handguard, get the upper from them, complete upper, which comes with a bulk carrier group and everything else. Do a right-hand charging, which will be like my 300 Blackout pistol is right-hand charger as well. And then with that, once I get it in, take the handguard off, tape it and paint it. Because I will show a little bit more in another video. Whenever I paint, I don't normally do Cerakote and things like that because, well, I'm poor and I can't afford it. The Cerakote done on the 300 Blackout pistol was done by Carolina Arms and Ammo at a far reduced rate for me telling everybody how wonderful a job they did, and they did a frickin' amazing job. They're local. They're about 20 miles from here. But, yeah, he did a really good job on it. But normally I can't afford $100 to $200 for getting a Cerakote job done. Whenever I built my DMR, when I started building it to begin with, back in the day of using Magpul Mo pistol grip and buttstock, on a cheap lower, pieces parts here and there. Yeah, DMR is on its 3rd lower receiver. Keep upgrading the lower. Even though it's on a new lower and it is tight as hell fitment between the upper and the lower, I went ahead and upgraded to the lower that has the extra hole where you can put a screw that you can use a set screw to whenever you start getting slop between the upper and lower. I know you can't see what my hands are doing, but it'll allow you to adjust the tension on your upper with that screw. In case it starts getting sloppy down the line, or if I put on another upper and there is a little bit of play in it, I can actually tension that screw as needed. So I just wanted to upgrade to that. Instead of Cerakote or Duracote or whatever, when I built this DMR the first time, the handguard, when I finally decided I was going to change the color on the handguard, one of my favorite colors is OD green. And it's not just because I was in the Army and that kind of shit, but I like the color. I mean, Army olive drab green. It's just, I like the color. So what I did was, I can't stand looking at somebody else's Cerakote jobs and paint jobs and all this kind of crap on their weapons, where they paint the whole frickin' thing. It's all one color. And yeah, my 300 Blackout pistol was done that way because I forgot to specify to the guy that did the Cerakote to not do my top rail. I keep the top rail the original black color. And that is specifically because if you're going to use iron sights, black is going to reflect less light. Well, it's going to absorb light, but whatever. It's going to reflect less light than other colors will. So when you're trying to get a sight picture with iron sights, you want that top rib to be black. So I keep it that way. Plus, it also gives us a really nice contrast. So what I did was I taped off the handguard so that the interior portion of the handguard stays black. I used I papered off the inside so that I wouldn't get oversprayed to the interior of the tube of the handguard. I also taped off the upper rail portion so that it did not get any paint on it, no overspray and that kind of stuff. And I liked the way it came out. So I get that 17-inch handguard off of the upper from Bear Creek when I do order it. Pull the handguard off, tape it up, and do the same process. Damn, I just need 2 more deer. What I may do is, if this starts running too long, I'll break this up in 2 parts. So like I said, the only thing we've got left is the pump 12 gauge and the lever action 30-06. And that's it for this mission. And that'll be 3,800 more GM for the wallet. Oh, God, the smell of the paper mill tonight. With that back door open, it's nice, but we don't get the smell of the paper mill that often here because it's a good, 6-7 miles away. The usual wind patterns around here, it blows in a different direction. It's not normally a problem. But once a month or so, the wind just decided to change, and it did. The winds of change, and it brought the lovely scent of the paper mill. Not familiar with what I'm talking about. Well, what does a paper mill have to do with the way something smells? If you don't live near one, if you've never really been around one, it's hard to describe this smell, especially when you have a stubbed-up nose. The aroma is like that of a septic tank in the winter that's been opened up. Kind of a sulfur smell. Just that lovely hint of rotten egg mixed with just a little splash of feces. It is not a very good smell. And sadly for those of us who live not far from a paper mill and have been around it enough, we're just, whatever. But for someone who's not used to it, it could probably get a little bit on the nauseating side. What are you? You are a buck. You I need. Since I'm on this rock, first off, you lay down. Thank you. Please come towards... No, wrong one. 9. I've got all the upgrades for inventory slots and everything else. Where'd you go? You were right here. No, you're a moose. I don't want you. I want the deer that was to your left. Ah, stupid moose. And there's another female moose right over there. There's a whitetail buck that was right here. Where the hell did he go? Yes, yes. Moose, male. Lovely. There you are. Let's go with you. Why the hell am I holding my breath in real life? I hit the button to hold my breath in game, and then I'm holding my breath. I don't hold my breath whenever I shoot. Whenever I'm shooting, like, you know, my DMR or anything where I'm wanting to make a good shot. Oh, sorry. Come on, doggy. I don't hold my breath. I will control my breathing, and I will pull the trigger when I'm exhaling. I don't hold my breath on the end and then try to shoot, because it's just not as good. Or when you're holding your breath, when your lungs are empty, you're more prone to have other influences like your heart and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, exhale slow, inhale slow, exhale slow, and while I'm exhaling that final time, then I'll go ahead and I'll pull the trigger on that exhale. Control my breathing, get my body situated and stable, so that I can feel everything of the trigger, feel the way that it's moving. You feel any tensions and that kind of stuff. It's more in tune with your trigger at that point, once you're used to your rifle. But why I do it in game here, I'm in a video game, and I hit the button to hold my breath in the video game, and then for some reason, I hold my breath in real life too. Weirdo. Alright. Around here, this would be an amazing buck. End game, meh. It's alright. Yeah, 104. Here we go. We got one more weapon to use. Just a good old shotgun. Seriously? You didn't go very far, did you? Well, I still got 9 rounds for the shotgun, so that's fine. Oh, God. Oh, I need to take a sip of my coffee. I'm letting my coffee get cold. There's a rock right here. I can climb up on this rock and lay down. And I will call in stupid over here. Well, thankfully the female spooked. But the male didn't. Would you come on, idiot? Just want to kill you. It's not like I'm trying to be, problematic or anything. Not a bad rack on him either. Aesthetically wise. Some long tines. Score between 105 and 180. Weight between 480 and 610. Not horrible. I've seen better. I've done better. Done worse. Close enough for me to take a shot with a slug. Well, need you. I know whitetail. One more frickin' whitetail buck and this mission is complete. Come on. You know what? I got time for your ass. And that's how you kill a moose with a 12 gauge with a slug. Alright. Still have 8 shots left. All I need is one frickin' whitetail buck. This is why I would normally like having my bow, because the bow is frickin' silent as hell. not as one-shot drop with a moose with a bow as say like the elks are in this game. You get the right shot with an elk and a whitetail with the bow, and they just drop where they stand. Occasionally I've done that with a moose, but not as easy to get that shot. Yeah, we're hour and 20 minutes right now. Man, that's a dandy of a rack there, ain't it? Let's score 145. Again, not horrible. So, I think that for optics on the 350 Legend, I had previously on a paper build gone with 1 to 4 by optic from Primary Arms. Since I'm poor and I got no monies, I think what I'm going to use is I currently on my I've got a QB78 22 caliber air rifle. Like it. It's nice. Could use a little tweaking on the trigger, but it's not bad. I just don't like the scope mount that I bought for it. So until I get around to actually buying new scope rings for it, which I should be working on that because I can shoot in the backyard. It's not like I can actually take out a 350 Legend or a 5.56 or 223 Wild or whatever else and spark that off in my backyard now. Living in a subdivision, people tend to get a little bit testy when you do that. But since I don't have a scope ring, it's a one-piece ring base setup. But it just, position-wise, because of the size of the receiver and everything else, I just can't get the eye relief set up correctly for me on shooting it. So I'm going to pull the scope off and end up putting a different set of rings and that kind of stuff. But until I do, I can pull the scope off of that and use it. Let's go ahead and grunt. I think for a 22 caliber air gun that you use for backyard plinking, you don't need anything extravagant for just backyard plinking. But the only scope that I had available was circa 1990s UTG 30mm scope that has a wandering crosshair. It needs some repairs. It was a cheap scope and it would be great for an air gun, for backyard plinking. But the only other scope that I had is a Leupold, one of the VX series. Retail price on it's right around $400. Yeah, I had a $400 scope on a $100 air rifle. Hey, it's what I had, so it's a really good scope. It's not a super, super high-end optic, but it is definitely not a $100 scope for sure. It's, a good low to mid-range optic. Good glass, good clear, good clear side picture. Everything looks nice with it. And it's 3 to 9 by, which I'm not a fan of. Well, if you don't like 3 to 9 by variable scopes, why the hell did you buy it? Well, I didn't buy it. At the time when I was still working behind the gun counter, was one of the top salespeople in this region for Leupold scopes. I pronounce it Leupold. I don't care what anybody else calls it. I don't care what you call it. I call it Leupold. So, there. I was one of the top salespeople for that brand. So I've got I gave it to Eagle. I had a 50 BMG case. It was a beer bottle opener. I give it to him. I've got a light up sign that is sitting on the wall. Um, and during one of the drawings, I actually got this scope free from them. For, you know, they put your name in the hat whenever you're, yeah, whatever. So yeah, I won the scope from Loopold directly from the manufacturer. So can't complain about the price tag. It was free. Can't complain about the scope, even though it is a 3 to 9 by variable. A lot of hunters use 3 to 9 by power for a reason. You don't need a super high magnification for hunting when there's a good chance that you're going to be spotting more than you're going to be shooting. Really? Just need a frickin' whitetail buck. And I'm running nothing but friggin' meese. Yes, I know it's not pronounced meese. They're called mooses. Or I know, they're just called moose. But I'm going to call them mooses or meese. Because I can. But if I don't kill it, you know, there is no repercussions to that. I could just bypass it and not kill it. There's no reason for me to kill it. Other than the fact that it's going to... terrible rack. You suck, moose. You suck. Every reason for me to just bypass him, not deal with it. The only potential possible reason I might have to actually kill this thing is that it might kill me. Because we have... Sit your ass down. Get the fuck out of my way. I'll kill you. Stupid ass. Yeah, if you don't control your dog and make it sit or lay or stay or whatever else, the damn thing will just keep walking around. Doesn't matter that you're in the prone position, you're trying to sight in on an animal. Little bastard will just walk right in front of your scope. And you can't, there's no friendly fire, and so whenever they walk in front of you, it auto lowers your weapon if you try to fire. Oh, you so stupid. Walking into a tree. Sorry, for the sake of you guys, I can see him quite well, but dude, his antlers, they get stuck on trees every now and then. Hey, can't blame him. AI system of an animal with a wide ass rack like that. You standing there looking at me. It's understandable that there's going to be some issues. Yay! You better die. Might as well run to get started on him. I don't think he's going to survive long. But, yeah, I should have waited a little bit longer. But with him stopping like that, kind of had the fear that it might end up charging. Yeah, heart lungs. It's not going to be a long track. I've been killed by these freaking moose charging at me because I've tried to avoid them, and as I'm avoiding this one, then another one pops up. So, yes, you're going to find them and start barking, and I don't have a treat for you. Might as well stand up. Yep, dog's barking. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but... But the dog found it, so he's going to sit there and bark at the location. You are such a good boy. You trying to hump the damn thing or what? Terrible moose. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright. Let's go down to the beachfront and try for our last deer. And we've been popping these moose at 150 feet. 178, I think, for the one earlier. But deer are a smaller target. And smaller lung, smaller heart. So I'll probably let them, call them to about 100 feet. Buckshot, that's what I did. I called him to 100 feet and just lower the boom. Did a very potent job. Now, I know that's probably a log. Yeah. So all these are one color here, and then I saw one log here that was a different color. Now, the AI, and I can't imagine the nightmare of doing the AI in this game for the animals. Because every one of them has their own, a basic tree for quadrupeds, not including the birds here, but on the quadrupeds, they all have their own basic core system of navigation. So they have, and if you look at the map, like, okay, this region right here is only going to spawn whitetail, okay? And this region right here is, go back to the map. This region right here is only going to spawn moose. And this region right over here is only going to spawn black bear. And then, you have your spawn areas, and that's one thing, but the moose itself, or whatever animal itself, whenever it spawns, the core is going to say, like in Unreal Engine 4, setting up our base bot system of NPC movement. What I would do is just for a base system is to essentially get a random point in navigatable area, or in this case it would be like a nav mesh bounds. So you're telling it to get a random point inside of that area, inside of that nav mesh bound, or the boundary, within a certain number of units away, or a certain number of meters away. So it's you're telling it to, you're going to move to another location, but that location has to be within this boundary and within a certain range from your current location. So what it'll do is it'll pick that random point, and then it will walk towards that point. When it gets to that point, then it changes its state and says, okay, move to the next one. So I fully understand the basic core of how the AI is going to move from point A to point B. But they've made it even more complicated of a track there, but the next track that I see of anything, I'll pick it up, and you'll see that you'll get a cone sometimes. If it's something that's within a certain range, you'll see a cone of direction, of which direction they have traveled. So basically what you're trying to say is you have this cone in front of you also, that if I'm going this way and I reach my destination, which is here, it's going to, the NPC or the bot logic is going to say, I need to move to my next location. It's not going to tell me to go to a location that's back behind me. But if I'm looking this way, it's going to be within my peripheral, or my line of sight. There we go. Bug. You stay. You fucking this up. So it picks a point within the visual cone of where I'm facing. Then picks a random point there. Alright, where are you? I see you. That is about the shittiest buck possible. But you know what? I don't care. It's been an hour and 35 minutes just trying to pick up these last few animals. The last 5. And you are the last one. I just need to blast your ass and get you down. You're at 318 feet. I need you to be a little bit closer. Then I'm putting a smack down on that ass. And then me and Poochie are going to go pick you up. And that's mission complete. And that'll be video complete. Come on. The hell you waiting on? Christmas? Not even Halloween yet. You still got another 2 whole frickin' holidays before then. Come on. Pain in my ass. Shit, I'm gonna have to take a kneeling shot. Who are you? Totally didn't see you. You're a doe, and you're probably gonna fuck up the whole mix. Because that doe gets too close first, it'll spook, and then it'll cause the buck to friggin' spook. And for this shitty of a frickin' deer, I don't want it to get ruined because of a frickin' doe getting too close. Now, it's going to be in the water, coming directly towards me. There he is. Come on. A little bit closer. Yep, I'm going to rush this shot. And you're going to die right there where you stood. Doe, you going to run the hell off. You can go wherever hell you want to go. I don't care. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to run because I don't care. We're going to see mission complete. You are terrible. You were just pathetic. But I love you. Hit body, shoulder blade, right lung, left lung, liver. Slug just tears some shit up. Mission, I'll give you a buck for each completed. You have earned the rights of an apprentice. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Alright, that is mission complete. So what we are going to do is exit the game. And give me a second. I'll switch the screen over. Yeah, I had it set in multiplayer. So, view hunt statistics. That's my rank. That's my hunter score. Alright, so whitetail, moose, whitetail, moose, whitetail. But that was the one I wanted to see. And unfortunately, I have to close Steam down to get the thing to show up. But I want to see the picture. B-float bar, blah, 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 blah. 243 of all things. Body part. You're going to register as hip bone? Really? 96.6 feet. Piebald. Interesting. Alright, so that was my first rare whitetail buck. Alright, so missions. Let's just quickly glance over these and then we'll get out of here. I got 54 active missions going on. Yeah, best way to look at it is like this. No available missions. Whitetail deer mission, 17 of 17 completed. Yay, done. Turkey, done. Mule deer, done. Elk, done. Still got that one to do. Got to finish up the coyote, pheasant, feral hog, black bear. Of course, moose is done. So got blacktail to do. Wild boar, Laura Francis missions, red fox missions, brown bear, roe deer. Blazer means you have to be using specific brand of blazer rifles. Anschutz, same thing. Mallard, I haven't killed any mallards at all. 10-point missions, I'll have to take a look at. Parker bows, Boone and Crockett. Aim point, I've got the scopes for doing this mission right here. Just need to get back on them again. But, as you can see here, there's a lot of missions. I should probably be doing the bison missions. Beefalo, buffalo, that kind of stuff. But as an example, on this one, ID the tracks from 3 different bison. Okay, that can't be that hard to do. But it pays off 200 GMs. 200 GM. Not the GMs, right? But as an example, found one that's completed. Okay, well, like these right here. Whitetail. You start off, track a whitetail deer. Okay, locate 3 whitetail deer tracks from the same animal. Okay, it's super simple, but 100 GM for doing that. Spot a whitetail deer. Now, of course, you have to do this hunt, do that one in the hunt, start a new hunt. You can't restart these missions while you're in a hunt and progress these missions. So now you have to do a whole nother hunt, spot a whitetail deer. What I recommend doing is, if you've got a friend that's playing also, let them host a multiplayer game while you're doing the low-end ones right here. You join their thing, you track one, okay, boom. You exit, rejoin. Spot one. There's another 100 GM. Exit the game, rejoin. Harvest a whitetail deer. Okay, shoot one, pick it up, then exit the game, rejoin. Take an 8-pointer. And you see the money starts off 100, 100, 100, and this is 200. And it progresses. Here's 300. But by the time you get, like the one I just completed, was 3,800 GM. So there's a lot of money to be had by doing these missions. Well, what do you need the money for? Well, you can go to the store. You can use EM, which is the premium currency which you buy with real money. And then you have GM, which is game money. Like say for weapons. If you want to buy this is what I'm actually thinking about getting also. And actually, I'll have to be careful on this one so I don't accidentally buy it right now. Like, okay, I want the 405 lever action rifle. Cool. Okay, it uses only one ammo type, and then it shows you what you can use it for. Buntang, bison, black bear. So this is a heavy hitter. But you can't use it for everything. You can't use this for deer or coyote or bunny rabbits or what have you. It's for specific animals. But there's no scope at all. It doesn't have a scope. Go back to rifles. Actually, one of the other ones I was thinking about getting was, yes, I've already got the AR-15. And I've got the Mosin Nagant, but this is it right here. And I have the money to get it right now. in GM. Not sure why, but I kind of want this gun. It seems like it would be a great brush rifle for, what have you. Use it for bantang, bison, black bear, brown bear, feral hogs, moose. I think, honestly, this would be a fun moose gun. No scope whatsoever, or the short range scope. Just kind of think that it would be a good short range brush gun. And I think I've already got this scope. No, I don't. But it does work on a diverse crowd of rifles, so probably ought to grab that scope at some time also. Of these guns here, I've got this guy. I should get that one for the hell of it, but I've got that guy. I still don't have the 22 rifle. I got the 22 air rifle in here, but I don't have the 22 rifle. I don't have the 30 R. Got that. I got that. Got that. I don't know. But having 13,000 GM right now, I can get a lot of the guns. Yeah, I'm not going to get this guy right here or this guy right here. 85,000. And it's the 243. But it's the 10th anniversary and probably a limited edition gun and whatever, but it's still a 243. Not a great caliber. Great light varmint gun. It has its purpose, but for hunting medium to large game, which I go for mostly, nah. I thought about this guy right here, the 340 Weatherby Magnum. Good, clean, classic rifle. Also, when you first start going through and you see that it's good on bantang and bison and black bear, it's a heavy hitter. Also moose. Large, diverse amount of scopes you can use with it. A lot of different weapons to choose from. So I don't know. Like I said, I've got all the military rifles, the 03 Springfield, the Mosin Nagant, the Lee Enfield, the Mauser, but I don't have a 22 rifle. It's odd for me, actually. There's a 17 HMR, lever action. There's 7 mag. I've got my 30-30. Here's my air rifle. That's nice, but I've got a different 300, as you saw earlier. There's the Mauser. 223 bolt action. 9.3 by 62. Anschutz. Not a bad rifle. I've killed a lot of shit with that gun. Killed a lot of shit with this 300 bolt action composite. Reason why I have 5 of these is because of the season pass deal. 9.3 by 74R over and under. If you are only going to buy one rifle, you first start off with, you've got that 243 and you've got the single barrel shotgun. But you want a good first purchase rifle that's going to cover pretty much everything. I mean, look at all them green check marks. So this is going to be your best bet. This rifle is going to be good for everything except for birds, bunnies, foxes, bobcats, things like that. But you can shoot coyotes with it. Gray wolf, polar bear. I mean, all the way up to frickin' water buffalo. So this is a great all-purpose rifle. It's 2 shots, 2 different scopes you can use for it. I've got both. If you're going to have just one rifle as your first purchase rifle of anything in this game, it's this right here. Well, if you get that, then it's good for everything else. Why do you need anything else? Because it's freaking cool. Do it anyway. You know you're going to want an AR-15. So you buy an AR-15, get a scope for it, and all you can use it for is foxes, bobcats, coyotes, sheep, smaller game, gray wolf, foxes, kangaroos, roe deer, It's a fun rifle to use. It's fast firing. It's not a machine gun. Don't even go there. It's a semi-automatic rifle. It has its good uses. So if you're going to buy anything, I would say start off with this rifle right here, 600 EM or 10,000 GM. Great first rifle purchase. Handgun wise, I really want to get this guy right here. I've got the credits to get it. Well, what's the point? I mean, I've got a 22 pistol. I've got a 308 pistol. There's another 308 pistol right there. So there's two different 308 pistols, and if you have either one of them, neither one of them amount to a hill of beans for the Halloween thing. I'll show that really quickly, then I'm going to get out of here. But I got a 357, 44, 308. I got two revolvers in 454 caliber, but I don't have the 45 long Colt. And it's going to be okay for black bear, brown bear, hogs, grizzly, moose, polar bear, red deer, pretty much most of the things that can kill you. So, being Beefalo Bart, the cowboy, I just got to have it for that. But if you have to pick one handgun as your first handgun, once you got the ability to carry a handgun separately and carry 3 weapons, then it's kind of a hard choice. But I would say probably the 454s, because you can use them on the big game. So if you have to have a close range, you don't have to, but get what you like. Shotgun wise, you get these little terrible single shot shotguns, but you know what? You can do a lot of good shit with that little shotgun. I'm probably going to get an over and under shotgun soon, just because I don't have one. I've got a side by side. I've got the standard pump. I've got that pump. I'm going to end up with a 16 gauge side by side because I love 16 gauge. And I'm probably going to end up with a 20 gauge semi-automatic just because. It's fast to shoot, and if you're going to be shooting birds, ducks, geese, rabbits, European rabbits, you only got bird shot with it. So all you can shoot is birds, essentially, and bunnies. So I think it's got potential. But event items. This is where you can buy the funky mustaches. And of course, that's the one I got. But if you're into football, you can get your football jerseys. Halloween, you can get the hockey mask. Now, the Halloween event's going to start Monday. And you're going to encounter a new critter on the map, which is a werewolf. The only way you can kill the werewolf without pissing off Doc is to use either the crossbow pistol with silver crossbow bolts or the Wolfsbane 308 handgun with silver 308 bullets. I've already got the regular crossbow pistol. Can't I just buy the silver crossbow bolts? No, you can't. They only work in that crossbow pistol, even though that's an identical, except for the other crossbow pistol is black, all black. But those crossbow bolts won't work in that gun or that crossbow. But the bolts from it, the other one, the black one, will work in this crossbow pistol. Silver 308 bullets will only work in the Wolfsbane edition handgun. Doesn't matter if you got the Anschutz or the bolt action 308 or any of the other two single shot 308 pistols. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. These only work in that pistol. And those bullets only work on werewolves. That pistol will, thankfully, if you buy it, can use standard 308 ammunition and a choice of 2 scopes. So, I'm stuck with, do I buy this? Even though I've already got another 308 pistol. But that 308 pistol will not use my current 308 pistol will not use these same bullets. I have to specifically buy another pistol that will be identical essentially to the one I already have, just so that I can chamber and shoot 308 silver bullets. However, I do not have a crossbow pistol. With the regular crossbow pistol bolt, I can use a proprietary scope that only works on it, and I can only shoot duck, fox, bobcat, goose, rabbit, lynx, rabbit, duck, goose, duck, birds, bunnies, and turkeys. So, very limited to what I can use with it, but with these silver crossbow bolts, I can kill the werewolves. Since I don't have any other crossbow pistols, it'll probably be this that I buy, because at least I will be able to use it to hunt other things with. Not very often, but yeah, they kind of got us by the balls whenever it comes to the Halloween event. If we want to kill a werewolf, they only spawn on one map, and you can only kill them with one pistol and one crossbow pistol. There's only 2 weapons you can kill them with, and yeah, proprietary ammo for them as well. And they're all premium stuff. So if you want to kill a werewolf, then you have to either buy them with real money, which I'm getting low on EM, or for 17,000 GM, which I'm 4,000 GM short of being able to get. But since it is 4,000, I've got until Monday. Today's the 24th. I got 4 days roughly. Until then, I could just go right back to the missions. And let's find one that's kind of high up here. Feral Hog, 8 of 10. What do I need here? Ugh. This is going to suck. These are the ones that really suck here. Harvest a Feral Hog with 1 shot. So be a good shot. But between 61 meters and 76 meters, essentially. So I have to harvest it between 200 and 250 feet. It has to be within that bracketed range. And then I also have to harvest another one between 300 and 350 feet. And then another one between 400 and 450. They have to be in those specific ranges. So I'm going to need to have a good weapon with a good zoom, good rangefinder, and this one's going to take me a little while, but that's 1,800 GMs. I don't know why I'm calling it that. So this one right here is probably going to be God Save the Queen. Probably going to be about 2,100. So yeah, I could probably knock out those. It'll take a little doing, but that'll get me closer. But those two will probably get me pretty close to where I need to be. But is there any others that are getting farther down the mission line? No. Banteng missions. Ptarmigan. I have not killed any ptarmigan ever. Val de blah 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 blah. So I may actually start doing those. If you look at the overall map, you've got Whitmire, or Whitehart Island, excuse me. Each one has its own different species to hunt. The map here, I should probably start spending some time on this map. Mule deer, Rocky Mountain elk, grizzly bear, and gray wolf. And Rocky Mountain elk, grizzly bear, bighorn sheep, white-tailed ptarmigan, and gray wolf. So I need to kill and do some ptarmigan stuff. I haven't killed any of them, I believe. So we'll take a look at that. But this is going to be the map where the werewolves spawn. No idea where yet, but I don't have any tents set up on this map. I should probably break out the Jeep and go put like a tent here or somewhere where it's kind of like centrally located. But yeah, Settlers Creek. You got Red Feather Falls. This is the one we were just at. I've got a tent here and I've got a tower here that I put up. It's Hirschfelden. Good pig map. Red deer, roe deer, red fox, Canadian geese, pheasant, wild boar, Canada geese. I've got my goose blind set up right there. Probably ought to look and see, was there any goose missions? Moose. I want goose. Mallard. Canada goose missions. ID the call. I need to call the second one. Oh, really? Okay. So I just have to ID another Canada goose. And I get 200 GM. Then I can start working on the line there. But that's just something for another time. Just quickly, what do I need to use for ptarmigan? Well, you can always check by ammo. Well, since it is a bird, we know that, shotgun, bird shot, white-tailed ptarmigan right there. So, bird shot is a thing. What about 22 long rifle? Can I shoot him with that? Yes. So I can use my 22 pistol, or I can get a 22 rifle and do it. What about rifle? 17 HMR? No. What about 223? You just go through the list, pick out a caliber. Can I shoot it with this? No. But I'm pretty sure I can go with air rifle. So that might be a possibility. Yep. Willow ptarmigan. Whitetail ptarmigan. Ptarmigan. I don't know. Why the hell do you put a fucking P in front of a damn word? Well, the P is silent. Well, don't fucking put it there. Seriously, what the hell? But yeah, another thing to consider is bow. Crossbow bolts. So yes, I can use, even if they're identical, I can go ahead and get that guy and spend the frickin' money and just buy it with real cash. Compound bow. Everything except for werewolf. So let's look at the bows real quick, and then we'll get out of here. The bows and crossbows. You've got a pretty good range of crossbows and bows of different types. But, yeah, they're all the same to me. Crossbow pistol, like I said, is a totally different ball game. You got a cable-backed bow, and then you've got recurve, heavy recurve, longbow. Why is there... Okay, there's two. There's a black one and a carbon and a modern. You can see these are the three that I've got. 10-point carbon fusion and snakebite and Parker Python and the recurve. So I've got these four. They were pretty much the first four bows in the game for the most part. All the rest of them are relatively new. Reverse draw crossbows and the carbon, what have you. Muzzleloaders, I got both of those guys. I prefer that one. There's a muzzleloading pistol. The advanced firearms, I've got this guy. It's the same as this one. That one's just black. and cost more. Okay. I prefer OD green anyway. That's my color. As you go to the prone position on flat ground, the bipod, which is part of the stock gear, will automatically fall down. So you can get good, really good, stable, longer range shots. But I am going to have to go with one of these eventually. And we'll leave it on here. Is the drilling. Essentially, drilling is, in this case, it's a double barrel 16 gauge with a single barrel 9.3 by 74R, which is a very potent caliber, rifle caliber, specifically in this game too. So you've got a double barrel shotgun and a rifle combined into one unit. You can put a couple scopes on there, either the shotgun slug scope or the 3 to 18 by 44. You got 4 different ammo types you can use. You can actually have this thing loaded with birdshot and 9.3 by 74R. And bird flies over, bang, shoot it. Blacktail buck comes running by, bam, shoot it with a 9.3. So you have the ability to shoot pretty much just about. You can kill pretty much everything in the game except for werewolves with this gun. With at least 2 options on just about everything, except for water buffalo, you have to use a 9.3. But for the majority of them, there's at least 2, if not 3 options for the caliber, for ethical wise. So this makes this, if you want to strip down and only carry one gun, and maybe carry a climbing stand or a regular blind or whatever else, this is probably a good one to carry because it allows you to save weight. You carry one weapon that'll kill everything, and you carry birdshot, carry 9.3 by 74R ammo, and you're good. You pretty much can kill everything in the game at that point. And yeah. We're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'm going to do some more later, but I can find out why they won't let me post a link to my streams on the Discord channel for the Hunter. See what that takes. All right. Thanks, guys and girls, and we shall see you soon.